Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I just want to talk to you about collective consciousness. So I'd like to propose an idea to you. I want you to really maybe even turn off the mind and just feel into it. All right, so it has been said that our individual world is made up of our thoughts, right? Or thoughts become things. Wherever you put your attention is where you place your focus. That's what you give your energy to. Now, I want to say that we can actually manifest the life that we're living right now, whether we like it or think that is true or not. If we were alone on this planet, then perhaps our manifestations, what we were thinking about and focusing on, would happen really, really quickly. Now, some people seem to manifest stressful situations all the time, turmoil, too much work, difficulties, obstacles, all perceptions, by the way, while others seem to hit the jackpot. They seem to be free or enter a vacation station every 4 weeks or so, have lots of money and these things. Now, one thing that I'm seeing that is really, really common at this point in time, or at least it seems that way, at least I imagine it's that way, is that with many of the people that I speak with on a regular basis, there's an uneasiness that wasn't maybe there in years past. All right, so people seem to be having greater difficulty than ever, be it financially, questioning their path in life, with their health, simply having questions or searching for something that they maybe didn't even realize that they were searching for in the past. Confusion and change seems to be everywhere. It really doesn't matter what your station in life, what area of the planet you're on, what your race, what your nationality, it doesn't matter. I imagine that these questions are coming up for everyone. And I want to give you an example. So I met with a friend the other day that's been having trouble figuring out, what's next. In his words, life is grand, work is great, has lots of friends, doesn't really need to do things for validation that in years past may not have been the truth. Right? All things being equal, there seemingly should be no problems, right? Yet he finds a void that he's itching to fill and can't really figure out why. So I had a similar void for years and sometimes still feel that void, especially with the energy on the planet right now. And, no matter what I did, if I became successful, I had lots of money, or whether I was in a relationship or single, whether I was traveling or at home, partying. So in my younger years, or stone cold sober, nothing really filled this gaping crevice or extinguished the burning search that really, to be honest, has only now begun to morph into something more exciting, transformative, and meaningful. Now, this is what I would like to invite you to take with you, or at least to begin to ponder. All right? Since our individual consciousness is due in no small part to our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our feelings, or maybe the underlying emotions that are keeping us from our feelings, wouldn't it be possible that there's a collective consciousness that creates the world that we live in? And so, if that collective consciousness is watching a program or programs or stations or media or tuning into a narrative that is making us afraid, that is confusing us, right? Taking us out of balance in our minds. And it doesn't matter which way we're out of balance, right? If we're being programmed with confusion, with fear, with things like war, and the collective tunes into that, now, is that not going to make or collectively create a reality that is more based in that fear, that is more based in scarcity, that is more based in war or conflict or confrontation? So if this is all true, and I believe it is, I also imagine that there's a massive awakening, for lack of better terminology, that is happening. Meaning more and more people are beginning to look inward for answers, or to answer the questions of the world that we live in, and are in belief that there is an energy greater than ourselves that we can in fact tune into, like a radio frequency, right? And we can shut off the frequencies, the medias, the old narrative, the old paradigm that so many of us come from, to start to take our power back, to start to tune into a new frequency, to start to tune into something different, a new narrative. And so again, I just want to invite you to open to the idea, to open the potential that something within you is being stirred at this time. And again, it may not be something that you're necessarily aware of, but if you're looking for change, if you're feeling stuck and starting to wonder, like, man, like, is this all that there is to life that you didn't even necessarily realize was there? Then again, just open to the possibility that something within you is greater than any circumstance. Now, if the collective consciousness of the world is coming to manifestation, then those that are on the bubble, kind of on that crossroads, those that have yet to explore this part of themselves, let's say, perhaps are being lifted into difficulty, uncertainty, questioning uncharted waters, again, feelings of stuckness or not enoughness coming to the surface in your own right, by the very ones that have acknowledged and made a commitment to this awakening. And I can tell you from personal experience that there are so many of us on this path, that there are so many people all over the world. There are communities all over the world where we were gathering, even, when we weren't supposed to gather. We are connecting on new levels. We have solutions from money and money systems to communities and growing our own food and health and consciousness, I like to call it, instead of health and wellness, being able to provide the tools for health and consciousness expansion on every level. And so with all of this information, couldn't it be possible that people are being led to question themselves and find discontentment for the very nature of seeking something more? So again, I invite you, if you're feeling discontent or battling health issues or have just lost your job or are separating from a loved one, that this is an opportunity in disguise. And I love this concept that there are no obstacles, there are only opportunities, right? And so this is an opportunity for you to sit quietly, to tune out the senses, to tune out the outside world, to shut off the media, to come within and start to ask yourself for answers, start to ask yourself for clarity, start to fill your own cup first, start to commit to your own journey. So I'll ask you another question. Is it possible, or isn't there a possibility that everything does happen for a reason? There are no coincidences, right? And what if the reason, my friends, is for us to actually tune into these higher frequencies, to shut off the frequencies, the programs that we've been succumbed to for so many years, but for a precious few have never really known? What if the reason is to discover or rediscover the nature of our true selves, our connection with our true selves, our higher self, a deeper connection with each other, the earth, and the universe at large? What if the nature of this journey is not about how much money one has or toys they amass or things they can buy, but instead about how much one can expand their own awareness and tap into this unlimited supply of energy and knowledge? What if the journey really is about joy and love, and the amount of joy and love that we can actually create within ourselves and for each other? What if those that connect with the deepest parts of themselves, in essence, the deepest secrets of the universe, are the ones that become truly rich? What if rich is not about money, but it's about connections and health and expanded consciousness and ability to be happy in every moment and present in every moment? I want you to think about this. What if? What would you do if this was the case? What would you do if you knew that it was that easy all you had to do was commit to yourself and your self journey and learn about this mind, body, spirit connection and turn off the outside world? Would you take the journey? Because it's a hell of a journey. It's heaven of a journey. It's a beautiful, beautiful, sacred journey of the self. So just ponder that. What if? What if life is not based on the perception from your senses and based on the old programming and the old narrative and the old paradigm, but based on a new one and a new frequency and a new direction for humanity? If you like this video, folks, hit subscribe, hit like, turn on your notifications. Going to be sending out a lot more of these. So, would just love to have you along for the journey. And of course, if you want to come into the Origin network ecosystem and just discover the community and all the tools that we have for you to support you on your journey, please come on in. Would love to connect with you, and let's do this journey together. I'll see you on the next video, folks.